What's up, everybody? This your boy DJ, aka DJ the Kid, and we are back with another episode of The Movement Mic, where the rhythm meets the real talk. This isn't just another dance podcast. It's the go-to podcast where dancers are actually heard, empowered, and inspired. We keep it real, we keep it raw, and we keep it right on tempo, talking about all the things that matter in our industry. Career moves, the culture, and just to fight for a better future. So whether you're in a studio or on stage or just vibing out, this is your mic, your movement. But before we get into it, Dance Family, I want to set a goal. I want to get at least 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. Dance Family, let's try to make that happen. Please go like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Movement Mic. We got plenty more coming. This is only the beginning. Please go subscribe, follow, like, comment, share at The Movement Mic. This is your mic, your movement. Let's go. Alright, Dance Family. Today's topic is it's gonna be a fun one. We really gonna get into it. Is dating dancers a match made in heaven, or is it a disaster? Should we be doing it? Should we not be doing it? Is it okay? Is it not okay? We talking about romance at the bar here. Today I got a couple of guests with me. We just gonna dive into, we're just gonna be real fun about it. Like the pros and cons of dating and being in relationships within the dance community. So we're gonna keep it light, we're gonna keep it funky, we're gonna keep it fun. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce two special guests that I love near and dearly, Miss Caeli Blake and Mr. Lamar Rogers.
Yes.
How y'all doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm so glad that I got y'all in the building. Thank you so much for being a part of this process. A couple of episodes ago, I told the Dance Family that a lot of these episodes that I have scripted out thus far, I tailored to people that I have real relationships with and people that I feel like are really knowledgeable on the subject. So, with that being said, with this whole dating thing, Miss Caeli Blake, I know Miss Caeli Blake, I know you to be in a very how should I say, in a very growing relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mr. Lamar, I know you to have maybe had some dealings within the dance community. Is that safe to say? Yeah. Okay. Just so we here at the Movement Mic, we're not finna be messy. We're not putting out no names. We're not doing none of that. We just want to touch on the experience of what it is to date or just have relationships within the community. Right. You know, so don't nobody take nothing personal. Don't be emailing the Movement Mic talking about this, that, and the third. We don't want no drama. None of that. We just touching on like what it takes, or like what it's like to be in relationships in the community. So I want to get into first of all, let's this is something that I've also been incorporating in all my episodes, just so the Dance Family know who you guys are. Miss Caeli Blake, let's start with you. Can you get the Dance Family a rundown of your resume?
A rundown.
Yeah.
My name is Caeli Blake. I'm from the Washington, D.C., PG County area.
Indeed. Shout them out.
Yes. I initially went to school at Ballet Nova. That's where I trained ballet-wise. Then high school, I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington, D.C.
Shout out Duke Ellington.
Yes, an amazing program from Duke Ellington.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but that's another thing that we want to incorporate at the Movement Mic is like any institutions, any places that gave us like a foundation.
Yeah.
We want to recognize and we want to show love to them. Yeah. So that's why I didn't mean to cut you off, but
that was amazing.
Just want to make that.
Yeah, they definitely developed me as a dancer. That's where I learned how to be a Black woman in the dance community. Mm-hmm. But from Duke Ellington, I went to Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, where I also danced with Bridget Moore. She had a company separately from in college.
Shout out Miss Moore. That was actually one of my first teachers in high school.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, when I first started dancing. Yeah, shout out Miss Moore.
And then made my way to Denver. So now I am entering my 4th season at Cleo Parker Robinson Dance.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. And we got the long and strong Mr. Lamar in the building.
Yes.
What's happening, man? Can you get a dance family a rundown of your resume real quick?
Yeah. Absolutely. My name is Lamar Rogers. I'm from Philadelphia, PA.
Hey.
I began dancing at the age of 14 at a company called Elion in Philadelphia. From there, I went on to high school, Performing Arts High School in Philadelphia Creative Performing Arts High School. And then I went to U Arts, earned my bachelor's in fine arts and dance there. Immediately following graduation, I auditioned for Philadenko. Got into the company, was there for a couple seasons, and then I was introduced to Cleo. I initially came into the company as a guest artist for their spring concert in 2023.
What's up?
And after the concert, Cleo pretty much offered me a contract, and I've been here ever since. So this is now my 3rd season.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay. So thank you for that, man. We're gonna break away a little bit. Like I said, we're just a fun, like, relaxed topic. We're going to talk about a little bit like I said, relationships in dance. You know, the crazy schedules, exhaustion, rehearsals. I feel like it kind of leaves a little bit of, it leaves very little room for romance. So my first question to either one of you guys, how hard is it really to, like, actively date a dancer?
Well, I don't know if Caeli has dated any dancers ever.
No.
Well,
you guys are dancers.
Okay.
So, like,
you're saying, okay.
you can also put, you can also speak from
a dancer's perspective.
From a dancer's perspective. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Well, as a dancer's perspective, I can say it's very difficult.
Yeah.
In a professional dancer's lifestyle.
Yeah.
We're busy.
Yeah.
It's our 9-to-5 job. So not only are you you're dancing every day, you're dancing with men, you're dancing with women every day. So you have all these different connections you're creating outside of your relationship. You're touring, you're traveling the world, you're teaching children, you're teaching adults. So you have to date a dancer, you have to want to be with that dancer. I would have to say, like, I think
you gotta really want to be.
Yeah. Okay. You have to want to have that relationship in any type of capacity, whether it's not serious, like just making it transparent from the beginning is good, and it's better than anything because it's hard.
If you could take yourself outside of your body, like, you know, just hypothetically speaking, and if you could just, you know, I don't know, just be another person, would you date you?
I mean, duh. I'm like, what's up?
The only reason I say that, just thinking about, you know, what it, like you said, everything that you go through, like traveling, the touring, like rehearsals, this, that, and the third, like, you know the dedication and the time that it takes for this to work and for it to and to maintain at an elite level. So like, I think it's just funny to, like, you know, ask that, because, like, we don't look at ourselves in that way to a certain extent, you know? So, like, what about you, Mr. Lamar? Like, would you, if you could take yourself outside yourself, would you date yourself? Considering everything.
I'm quite a catch. Just like you say so myself.
For sure.
I think for me, I feel like I've only dated, like, dancers or artists.
Really?
Say.
Never, like, not outside of the dance community?
No.
Wow.
So, and coming on to the podcast, I'm like, wow, you know what? I actually never dated outside of, like, the art world, I guess. So I think for me, it helps also being with another artist who is understanding of someone's schedule and, like, the demands that, you know, our jobs make us, like, you know, do and whatnot.
I feel that. Dancers are, like, constantly on the move. Do you feel like that makes dating more exciting, or does that make it even more harder?
I think it's exciting. And I think it's exciting because it brings new adventures to the relationship. So, for example, like, if we're on a tour, come visit me.
For sure.
Because, you know, why not? Like, take that time to just show me that even that little bit, even if it's for a weekend, you're coming to see my performance. That's the eagerness to just show that you're trying to see what is exciting me in my life. What is my profession? What is keeping me afloat? What is my paycheck? Shoot. You know, like, really what's making me excited. So if you're putting that extra work, then I can meet you somewhere, and on my off days, I can come and visit you, or I can do something as small as sending you some flowers or sending you a card, just because it's that spontaneity of just.
I like flowers.
Yeah. Hey, men can get flowers. Men can get cards. Yeah.
Like
it's the thought. It's
Indeed.
the thought. It's
For
the
sure.
desire of someone feeling like they're desired.
For sure. We exude so much passion for this art form. Like, do you feel like in any way that takes away from like what you may have going on within your relationship?
I will say that the passion that I have for dance and what we like do every single day, I would want that to be outside of my relationship, like regardless of who it is. There's, there has to be a separation of the effort and the energy that you put into your relationship versus your craft.
I feel that.
Because it's like, if I'm treating you like my job, sometimes I don't feel like going to work. But, sometimes if I'm in a relationship, I can't, be 50-50. It's either I'm all in or I'm not in it at all.
I feel that. Miss Caeli, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been in a relationship?
I'm going on my 5th year in a relationship. Yes.
Exciting.
It's been amazing. Yeah.
Is there any talks about marriage?
Yes. And it's like, oh my God.
Okay.
No, because actually my parents just had their 25th wedding anniversary renewal.
Congratulations.
And it was a journey for our family. And so for us, my boyfriend and I, to be at that, it also brought light to our relationship of like, this is exciting. This is, the next step of how like we want to be. And they made it happen through their trials and tribulations of obstacles, how a relationship can be. So why can't we,
Indeed.
So it's been a really exciting journey.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I just did an episode about the financial realities of being an artist. And so my question is, and like it go to both of you, do you feel like dancers date with like pure intentions, or do you feel like dancers may date like to kind of find stability?
Hey.
I ain't gonna count. I kind of found myself in both situations a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's your take on that?
I think it's definitely situational.
Yeah.
And it depends on the person.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay.
I can't really speak for myself, but yeah. I know like some people like, could be a little shallow and be like, hey, this is what you are for.
Yeah.
No shade.
I feel that. Wow. That's a little crazy when you think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. It takes that much of a mental toll on you that you feel like outside of the studio, like you need somebody to kind of fulfill this need and want. That's real crazy when you think about that.
And I mean, I have to come into it where I'm like, and I've been blessed in my life to the point where I'm in a situation where I'm not going to go backwards from where I grew up from. So it's only going to go up from here.
Yeah.
So regardless, that also comes from my partner. That's probably why I'm like, okay, I'll never date a dancer.
Yeah.
Because
you would never date a dancer?
No. I can't have that. I don't think I can. And
we my bad. We not we don't want to disrespect, home or nothing like that. We just speaking like, just in a hypothetical sense. I just want that out there.
Just me.
Yeah.
I just also I view dance so much as my craft, my profession. I've never wanted to
dedicated.
I'm very dedicated. I've never wanted to cross the boundaries of family orientation, and then also just the fact that these are my friends and these are the people that I'm building relationships of. We've already said, it's super emotional, super passionate. So I have to be able to, like Lamar said as well, remove this from my home. For me, that's just, I need a little bit of distance,
separate
from the two,
from the studio to the. Lamar, do you feel like that's I don't know, man, are there any difficulties though, when it comes to dating somebody who you dance alongside with, or who you have to see every day in, day out?
It definitely has its challenges.
Yeah.
I will say it depends on the people though that you're with and your intentions inside of the relationship. like my last relationship specifically, like we like, we're very sure about each other, and we were like, both dancers.
Indeed.
And we danced with each other in the company at that point.
Yeah.
But then, the whole long distance thing started.
Ooh, yeah, we're gonna touch on that a little bit.
Yeah. I got a different job, but we were still like maintaining our relationship.
Yeah.
Which also has its challenges.
I'm sure.
But I feel like, if you are both mature enough in your relationship and know your intentions with each other, then, of course, like any relationship is going to have its challenges, but it shouldn't really make the workplace or the things that you do any more difficult,
Right. It shouldn't. It actually just shouldn't, though. Yeah. So, and if I feel like, in a sense, though, if people do allow it to kind of overcome that, then that's really just like the people.
I feel you. I got you. So we're gonna get a little juicy. We're gonna get a little juicy. And feel free to go as in depth as you want to. Yeah. But we know that dance takes a super physical toll on us, like super physical, like day in and day out. We using our bodies every day. We're tired, sore. We gotta do healing. We gotta do TLC, everything. Mm-hmm. Does that make it hard for physical intimacy?
No. I'm like, no.
I'm not gonna
right. I'm like, no.
It was real quick.
I mean, we're, as dancers, since we are so in tune with our bodies, we're so in tune with like our emotions. I just feel like we're very woke in that sense. Where it comes to, we're all clear of our hormones. We're all clear, and it's not like we're always clear exactly in that moment.
No, but dancers are very, very much in tune
with our bodies.
Physically with our bodies.
We have to be.
Yeah, we know how we want to be touched. We know how we want to be held. We kind of, and then we get a sense of like how we need to do that because we have to feel each other's bodies in the studio and whatnot. So we get a sense of that. I feel like, that was just a little something that I just wanted to No. Nah. We're going to keep it PG though. We're going to keep it Oh man, Mr. Lamar, so you have experience with, dating within the dance community, but we often hear within the dance community that dancers shouldn't date other dancers. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, that's definitely valid. I will
say, so? Especially like, I don't know, like,
I mean, it can get messy.
It
kind of quickly, and this isn't me throwing daggers to my community too, but also amongst sometimes same sex, relationships, it can get a little messy.
A little bit. But what does that have to do with like the dance aspect of it though? Like, why does that mesh? You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, in order to probably sustain a relationship within that, like you have to really separate like home from work. So at what point does it mesh and it becomes messy? You know what I'm saying? If you are doing a job at like, trying to separate the two.
Yeah. I feel like if you're in a committed relationship with someone and you guys have clear intentions with each other and you're both dancers, then that's like different. Yeah. So then like you have like a foundation of your relationship, I don't want to say.
Talk about it, man. Talk about it. That's what we do at the Moving Mic. Like I said, look, we're not into disrespecting nobody. We're not interested in putting nobody's name out there or none of that. Again, we just on a general topic of what it's like to date within the dance community. Yeah. And we want to shape the narrative that like, it may not always, like, I'm pretty sure you had good memories within like, some of that. Yeah, we just want to shape the narrative a little bit. And that's what kind of brought me to that question, because that's a question, or that's a thing like amongst the dance community, like dancers should not date other dancers. Yeah. But why is that? You know what I'm saying? Especially, like I said, if we're doing a good job at separating the two, dance from work. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted you to finish your thought, but if you didn't feel comfortable.
No, I will. No. Okay. I would just, it's situational. Like, if you're like someone who's in the company, or if like you've been there for a certain time, like, I feel like directors know that like they can't prevent their dancers from dating each other. Yeah. So that's going to happen whether they like it or not, whether they think it or not.
Sorry, not to cut you off. Do you think that companies should implement like a no dating dancers rule or something like that?
I mean, they could, but will it be that effective?
Yeah,
probably not.
Very true. Very true.
Because it's going to still happen whether they're privy to it or not.
Indeed.
So.
And I think going back to your question about why dancers feel like, or some people think we can't be with like another dancer or whatever, it goes back into what we already said previously, how we're emotional beings. We're already physically like already so much in tune with one another in the space that can be a reason for either a connection to be growing or a connection to part away. I feel like that can draw a lot of tension between people who have already created or are starting to create some type of connection or relationship or even situationship at that. Seeing someone or even like you being the person of drawing and bringing in a little bit of like tension with someone can add a little fire to the mix. I got you. For some people.
I got you. So what is the best way to keep things professional within the studio? We're not talking like we get separated into two. So what's the best way to keep it peaceful in the studio? Lamar, I feel like you had like some extra thoughts in there that I want to hear.
I think,
talk to me.
Of course, like, keeping it professional, like, that's what you're here to do. You're here for your job. Absolutely. So your relationship really isn't even in the room at the moment. You're not really worried about that. I think, dating another dancer, it's kind of a fun thing to have, like, your partner with you or like, someone else who dances, because you can like bounce back, different thoughts and ideas with each other about movement and whatnot, or just like technique, whatever. And that's nice to share your passion with your partner.
That is a beautiful thing.
But it is different when you're both in the same space. Or if you're both in the same space and you may have dated someone else that is in the company prior to them getting there. And that's truth, So that's why some tension can rise. And there's so many stories, like, that people have of, not even like just like gay men or, hetero situations too.
I got you.
So, I think it's a beautiful thing, but you just have to be very aware of your stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's your take on dating not just like a fellow dancer, but like a choreographer or a teacher?
We all
grown here. We all grown.
It's funny. I was having this conversation with somebody actually like a couple of days ago. And I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, and I'm in no position to tell anybody who they can and can't date when they want to date them. The heart wants what it wants when it wants it.
No cap.
But I don't think it is necessarily appropriate for a dancer to date a choreographer or the director. Absolutely. That's just...
I feel the same way. Like I said, we're going to get a little juicy today. We just spitballing. We just spitballing here. Yeah. I appreciate the honesty, though. I appreciate it. I do. Do you feel like most relationships within the dance community might be ego driven? Because we need a little sense of that as just being a professional dancer, like a little bit of ego never hurt, especially being an artist.
It absolutely could be. I feel like if two great dancers are with each other, like, it's like, how authentic is the relationship? I can't really speak for dancers who are like more seasoned and like more mature,
Yeah.
But I know
that's honest.
Some people who are like a little like younger, they're like hotter, they're newer, whatever, if they're dating like another dancer who's also like really talented at what they do, that could be a bit ego driven. It's like, are you with this dancer because like, they fine and like, you got a lot in common, or you dating them because they can twirl?
No, for sure. Yeah, that's when you really I feel like you really got to do some reevaluating on like just like the principles and morals that you stand on, for real. Okay, so with your experience with dating in the dance community, now at this point, like would you rather date still within the dance community, or would you rather take a crack at like, just seeing what's out there outside of the dance community?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I've asked myself this question.
For sure.
But like, I don't know. I don't really see myself dating anything or anybody right now.
I feel you.
So
we're focused on ourselves right now. We're trying to get ourselves together.
So yeah, I'm very open to new things and new like possibilities outside of like me just always dating dancers.
Right.
For sure. And if the opportunity presents itself, maybe I'll show interest. But I'm not even looking for anything.
Right.
So
I feel that. Yeah. I feel that.
But we'll see.
Say no more. Say no more. So Miss Caeli,
yes.
I mean, if dating is already kind of complicated. And you mentioned something like throwing in touring. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That kind of throws in like another curve with this whole relationship thing. You're in a full flex relationship. How much does long distance affect dancers?
It can really affect a dancer. Absolutely. And it can affect the relationship.
Yeah.
Long distance can affect anyone.
Let's talk about that. I was about to say, let me start by asking, like, what's the longest you've had to go, like, long distance?
Like without seeing each other?
Without seeing each other.
Okay, I'm actually gonna say me and my boyfriend haven't gone long. Like, at most, like, a month or, like, probably a month.
Still a significant amount of time.
Yeah,
I mean, a month away from your
partner. Like, yeah,
it
is still, a month. I would say, like, a month is the longest.
Okay. Talk about that.
One, you have to put in the time. You have to want to date long distance. You can't just be in a long distance relationship and think it's going to be the same as just dating. It's extra time, it's extra money putting into it because it's energy putting into it of that extra like yearning to make them feel loved from a distance. Mm-hmm. Going back to touring, that can be difficult because not only are you just touring, you're having to go to classes. You have a roommate. Mm-hmm. So that can, like, in a sense, block whatever you might be trying, if you have time to just talk on the phone.
I was just about to get into, like, you know, with that being said, like, you know, because when you're on tour and when you're doing your thing professionally, like, how does that take an effect on the connection? Like you talked about, like, you know, you got roommates, you got to do this, you got to do that, and the third. So how does that take an effect on your connection, and how do you maintain that?
You have to spice things up.
Oh, yeah?
You know, it has to be like...
PG now.
Of course. But it can't be so easy. It can't be so, like, they're expecting the same thing.
Okay.
Spice things up, change it up a little bit to make it fun, to make it still long-lasting. So, for example, like...
Spicing things up. Yeah, I know, right? She's taking.
Well, like, for example, being on tour.
We doing numbers with this one.
Right. Being on tour, like.
Yeah.
You know, you might be in your room and your roommate's at the
This is true.
This is true. Like, your roommate is washing her clothes because we're about to leave, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom. Like, just send him a picture, just to like let him know, you know, I'm thinking about you, and I want you to know exactly what I have on. I want you to know like how you make me feel and how I'm missing you. You know, them extra calls, sending. Like I said, some flowers, sending some shoes, like sending like little things that might be like a sign of I'm thinking about you.
For sure.
Also, maybe even like little things of grabbing an extra program, because now when I come back home, I want to show you what the program looks like. I want you to know with every single piece that we did, for you to know in an intimate way, I was still thinking about you. It's really the little things I think in a relationship that make people feel like they're yearned.
Yeah, for sure. I was just about to get into, do you feel like time apart, like, is necessary, and does it make the relationship stronger, like how people say?
It can. It definitely can. Yeah. Because I think sometimes when you're always together, sometimes it can be like, you're coping in a sense of like, okay, this is already how we function, and having to realize, okay, how do we function with us not being together, and how can this continue to move on and progress even if we're separate for a few times, like a few days, a few weeks, whatever the case may be. Putting that extra time, putting that extra effort, that's
probably what you would say, like that's the best thing to make a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Or if you do have to be away from your partner for a certain amount of time, it's just putting in that extra time.
Yeah.
That extra call, sending that little photo.
Hey, the photo, the video, the call, like, I mean, just any little thing.
Indeed.
And just not giving up. Like, even if you have like little disagreements, that's a relationship. That's not because of the fact that we're touring.
For sure.
You know, having to really sit with yourself and find out why are things happening how they're happening, and having to like really focus on yourself and not thinking of the grand scheme of like, oh, this is because of my profession. Oh, is it? Or is this a character flaw of myself? Is this something that I need to grow on? Because that's just, you know, this is a relationship. Yes, it is. And this might be somebody's first relationship dealing with this job as well. So how can I reflect on myself to see how can I make this work in what I want to do as well?
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And not giving up,
you know? Absolutely. This question could be for the both of you. Do you feel like there is a such thing as spending too much time together?
It depends.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I would say I'm naturally not like a super clingy person.
Yeah, you kind of like want your space a little bit, and
like,
okay,
you know, go run,
like
go out with your friends, go like something. Just make sure you guys come back home.
Yeah, yes,
indeed.
Know? So I think I'm naturally not a clingy person. But you know, if you need a little extra attention or whatever, like I'm not like gonna deny you that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't think there's such thing as too much time if you guys are together.
Right.
If y'all are in a relationship, there's no such thing really as spending too much time with each other. Now, I can see how it can feel that way if you guys got the same job.
Yeah.
Now that makes a difference.
Okay.
For sure.
Gotcha. For sure.
Yeah.
So do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel like too much time is a little bit of a stretch when Lamar said already, when you're in a relationship, you've already put yourself in this title per se, where we're supposed to last. I mean, I'm dating to be married. I'm not just dating to be dating. I mean, and you can do that, like, but just also say like, is this dating or are we in a relationship? There's a difference.
Indeed.
And so if you're in a relationship, you already know what strings you put into the situation as to how you want things to go. And I think also, I mean, me being a woman, that probably just helps. It probably is a little bit more of like a biased situation where I'm a little bit more clingy because I'm like, what you doing?
That was really good.
Was it?
Good. Really good. I was like, that's like spot on.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
You did that.
Thanks. Well, it's because I really think it's like, it's the time and effort. Because like really, I had been in a like relationship in college, and I'm like,
yeah, long distance.
I didn't put the energy in how I'm putting the energy in my relationship now at all. But it also goes back to what you said: is the person, the people, the connection, like also feeling like catered to as well. Like as a dancer, we're also yearning for someone who's going to like.
Yeah, sometimes you need like
validation. Like,
from your.
Do you want me? Do you want me? Because I want you, but I want to like.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Actually, what does validation even mean? Like, what does validation mean for you?
I think greater appreciation. Just show me that you care, especially because like being a dancer, it's like, damn, I don't really feel good about what the hell we just did on stage.
Yeah.
But if I come home and you treat me right, like that's all the assurance I need.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely.
And then also, I guess, okay, my mind goes to this, but also starting in the ballet world as a woman, dealing with body dysmorphia and dealing with like as dancers, we look at ourselves in the mirror every single day.
Absolutely.
So
judge ourselves every day.
We judge ourselves every day. We're also wanting more.
Yeah, sorry, not to cut you off. Later on down the line, I have an episode planned where I'm gonna really dive into the mental health aspect of being a dancer.
Yeah, and so
it's funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah, like, but with that comes in, I need support.
For sure.
If I have that partner, I need your support to know that what things make me feel. The things that make me tick. You know how I feel about my body because I'm comfortable enough with you to let you know that with my profession, this is how it also may make me feel. I love it, but at times I could look at myself and be like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. And I need to make sure with you, like my person, you're going to be like, it's okay. You look great.
For sure.
And give us that validation.
I got you. Excuse me. There's a lot of perks to dating a dancer. And one of those things is like being physically fit. Have you ever had an experience with dating somebody who exactly wasn't that?
No. I don't think any dancer is going to date someone out of shape. Or not even saying out of shape, but someone.
Why did you make that face?
Well, I guess surely. Speak for yourself.
Okay, for myself. Okay, for myself.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Same for every.
Okay, you're right. Okay, because I definitely generalized and said every dancer. My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I think it's a little difficult for me as a dancer to be with someone who's not physically fit in some type of capacity. Not saying we have to be at the gym together at all. Like, we don't even have to do anything together physically, but I want to make sure that you are going to be long lasting, because technically my health regimen is healthy. Indeed. So I can't be with someone who's not going to also make sure I'm being healthy for myself. Yeah. But yeah.
So, Miss Taylor, you was before we went to break, you started tapping into this book.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
So, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Amazing book. Amazing woman. She transformed her life later on in life. And this is one of her books, her many books. And she talks about the let them theory and allowing us to be a little bit more in our headspace of letting people be people. Mm-hmm. And so going back to your question about health and do dancers date other people who are physically fit or who are not, mm-hmm. I think it's like Lamar was correcting me. It's based off of the person. And so if it's based off of the person, letting them do what they need to do. Mm-hmm. So if you're okay with being with a person who is not physically fit, if you're okay with a person who's not a dancer, you have to already just mentally be prepared for them, for that, and to let them be them.
Mm-hmm. You know, one of the things I deal with just people in general, you know, is trust. I know that sounds kind of maybe cliche or like, I don't know, but one thing I really have a hard time with is being open to trusting. Is there any advice that you can give somebody, whether they're dating within a relationship or dating without a relationship, or dating outside of the dance community? Sorry. Any advice that you can give people on how to be more open and how to be more trusting in a partner or a potential, you know, person, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I find that interesting because, again, I just have a hard time with that in general with just people. So within a relationship, I feel like it's even more difficult. Like, how do you bring yourself to that point where it's just like, I trust my partner.
Right.
Yeah. How do you get to that point?
I actually recently was watching this other podcast. I forget what it was.
For sure.
But this Dr. Cheyenne, I forget her last name, she was saying there is a difference between, and having this from the beginning of the relationship, between being honest and being transparent. Mm-hmm. And so, here's an example of, okay, the dancers are going out. See, the whole company is going out. Yeah. And you're on tour. And so your partner, they're not there. They're at home. Mm-hmm. And so instead of being like, oh, I'm going out with the dancers, being transparent on like, okay, I'm actually going out with the dancers. We're going to yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And I'm having a great time. And if you need me, this is so-and-so's number. Or if you need me, this is where I'm going to be. Or if you need me, like, these are the people I'm going to be with just in case, like, my phone dies or something.
You never feel like that's, like, too much access, though?
I don't think so when you're that connected with that person.
I see.
And I say that because...
So, indeed.
Going back to trust. If somebody has an issue with trust, mm-hmm. you want to set that boundary from the beginning where I'm making sure you can trust me.
For sure.
Because you don't want to have to deal with like someone, their emotions in their mind going somewhere else when it doesn't even have to be that. Yeah. If you've already laid down from the very beginning of this is what it is and I stand on that and that's just what it's going to be.
Indeed.
And if somebody does think it's too much, then that's another conversation. But like, if you're already laying that out from the beginning, then you don't have to like wander.
I feel you.
In question.
Any thoughts on that, Mr. Lamar? Just bringing yourself to be able to be a fully trusting person within your partner.
Yeah, I definitely like second everything Caeli just said, especially with like you like oh, is this like, am I like giving too much or is that too much access? It's like, no, you're building that trust with your partner, you know. And I'm just, you know, me and you always talk like, I'm just like you when it comes to a lot of things. So when you say like, no, like I have a hard time trusting people.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's even within like platonic relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said, just regular, like everyday, like just people you come in contact with. I've always found it, and people who I'm close with, like make it a point to relate it back to just like trauma and past issues that I probably haven't dealt with, and which is understandable, but I hate for that to be a factor, you know, like it's just like the whole, it's like it's like if you, like what they say, like if you don't got trust, you don't got nothing, you know, and that is a very I don't know, just always something that I've always battled with. So I just wanted to really get you guys advice on that.
Yeah, it takes time.
It takes time.
For sure. So we're gonna take a break from from like yes indeed. I think y'all already know what's going on. So we're gonna take a break from all the dance stuff. We're gonna get into a fun segment of mine that I just kind of developed and I'm hoping to develop. Dance family, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if it's lame. Let me know if y'all think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And the segment is called the bar exam. And so basically all I do is I pull out a word from the ballet dictionary and you have to spell it.
Okay.
And so, So I try not to make it too difficult. I try not to make it too easy. There is no consequences or prize if you get
well, shoot.
But like
we're dancers. We better know.
No, for sure. I was just about to say, you just got to deal with the shame of the dance family knowing that you can't spell. But eventually, like I said, I want to, I want to have like, merch and gifts and like, we really want to take this Movement Mic thing to the next level. Like I said, dance family, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on every platform at the Movement Mic. But let's get into our segment, the bar exam.
Okay.
Boom. So, guys, the word that I have for you today, I thought was fairly easy. So de basque.
I know. I think I know this one.
So de basque. So
spell it or
spell it.
Okay.
You gotta spell it. Yeah. So de basque.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
who has to do it?
Either one. Okay. Y'all can work together. You tag team on it.
Or no. Okay. Oh no.
Dance family, like, comment, subscribe, please. Let me know what y'all think.
Okay. DEBS.
So cute. This is so terrible.
I love how they just like in it right now.
I know boss is DASQUE.
I think it's a D. I don't think it's. I don't think it's a T.
SAUDE. Boss. Yeah.
I don't
we could have come to a take your time.
E after the D.
I need a button that I could click where it be like
time. Oh, I was like time.
It is an E after
Okay.
We ready to take a crack at it?
We have 2 ways.
All right. Well, you only get one. Okay. You only get one try at this. What you got for it?
Okay. So we said SAU D. I think it.
I ain't gonna tell you right and wrong until you done. I'm not gonna tell you right and wrong until you done.
Soda boss.
It's not soda boss.
Because it's jump.
Yeah. So SAU. We said DE. Wait. DEB. Wait. SAU DEB.
French.
Yeah, I did. BASQUE.
Okay, you got boss right. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's
go.
So
that's what I'm like. Is it SO or is it SA?
That's how. Well, the way I'm saying it, the way I'm pronouncing it is I believe how you say it. Dance family, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's so de bus.
So de bus.
Mm-hmm. So you got bus. It's so de.
Yeah, and I think SOU. No.
Well, let me know. Are y'all done? Are y'all give up now?
Because
y'all was in the ballpark. Okay, so is SAUT. I was like, y'all was right there. Y'all was right there.
He said T. My bad.
So is SAUT then DE.
Oh my God, the one letter.
Yep, one letter.
You said T.
You said.
Well, they heard T in the mic.
Okay.
So,
good.
Okay, cut that. Let's do another one.
Like I said, dance family, like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know how I can develop that. Oh man. Let's
like another one. Okay.
Oh man, no.
Okay,
We just got one. We only got one.
Oh, do one more.
Dude, that's what I'm like. Do one more. Redeem us.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. I'll give you one.
Redeem us.
I gotta pull out my ballet dictionary now. I look all unprofessional.
No, you can just say it, and then we're gonna have to guess it.
My people gonna be all mad at me. They're gonna be like, "Why are you pulling out your phone in the middle of the podcast?"
It's really.
Okay, so this is actually one that I had before. Let me see if y'all should be able to get this one. Because I don't want to spend too much time trying to make it too difficult for y'all. So for this word, or the next word I have for you guys, they said they want to do it again. They like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, let me know what y'all think. Let's go épaulement.
Oh.
Spell it or define it?
Spell it.
APAULE.
Not A.
It's not.
No.
It's E.
You said you wanted a chance to redeem yourself. You supposed to do good this time.
Is it E?
Yes.
Oh, so E P.
Épaulement, épaulet.
Épaulement.
EPAUL. Is it an E or just go into the M?
Do it again.
EPAUL. Is it an E or just go straight to the M? Épaulement. I think so. EPAULMENT.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The hell. There is an E in there. Hold on.
Yeah. Maybe these one little
EPAULEMENT.
It's okay. We were close.
It's all good. Now that was fun. I feel like that's one that is definitely probably my best bar exam thus far. Yeah. So that is definitely gonna go up. For sure, I need to clip that for sure. Okay.
We were just one letter off, so it's not like we can't spell it at all.
Okay, let's jump back into it. Yes. So make sure we're doing good on time. We jumped all over the place. We talked about the pros of dating a dancer. We talked about the cons of dating a dancer. We talked about dating within the dance community. So now I'm just probably gonna hit y'all with a couple randoms. You know what I'm saying? A couple randoms that I already had set up. Dancers get the opportunity to meet some of the most interesting and even famous people in the world. Has being a dancer ever granted your partner some of those perks, I guess, of being like a dancer, like whether it be like meeting somebody or traveling or getting to go here or getting to go there? And then, if so, like, what does that experience feel like?
Yes. And, it's been great.
Yeah.
Because most of the time it's like, because he's come to a show or he's, done that extra due diligence of coming to something. Indeed. For all these people to be there and has
your partner, sorry, not to cut you off, but has your partner had well, you probably already answered, had to travel to come see you perform?
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, that's actually how we really got into dating.
Oh, okay. Talk about it. Hold on.
Okay. He had me.
Story time.
He had me on this one, okay? Because we met each other just out and about. It was so spontaneous, and I loved it.
I'm telling you, but the best advice, I'm telling you, if you want to date a dancer, pull up to their show.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, because after meeting him, the next week he flew back out to Dallas to my show.
Wow.
To my show, and I just brought it out.
Y'all wasn't together or nothing?
No, wow. We weren't even together, and I was
he was on that.
Yeah,
he was on that.
Yeah, and not as a dancer, it meant even more because of the fact that you don't even know what you're getting into. You don't even know if I can dance. You don't even know. I'd be like, oh, come to my show, and I'm not even that good, and so you're just putting yourself out there. I'm like, with the flowers, it's just brava.
Indeed. Cool points. Yeah. Cool points.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you feel like dance allows you to be more emotionally intelligent and available within a relationship?
Yeah.
Ooh, got a thinker.
I feel like dancers are very intellectual, intuitive beings.
Absolutely.
we have like a different autonomy just being in space in general than regular people. And I think that definitely does add to a relationship. But it also is situational. It does depend on the person.
For sure. For sure. Can you tap into that a little bit more?
I mean, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
We all have things that we have to work on and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, some people are, assholes.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
But most dancers are very smart people.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
To do the things that you do with your body, you can definitely add a little bit more to your relationship.
Very smart, very intuitive people that, I couldn't agree more. Can passion and drive be intimidating to a person, or can that be like effective health in a healthy way? You know what I'm saying? Like, we show a lot of passion and drive for what we do, but like to some that can stand out as like intimidating and be like, maybe I don't want to deal with that, or like for some it might inspire, for some it might it might help. Like, do you find like in either areas it might be more or less?
I feel like from my perspective,
I was about to say, like, did you feel like you being a dancer and you exuding as much passion and love for that? Did that intimidate your partner, or did that make him like, I want to see what that's about?
Yes, because I feel like if it's intimidating, then you've never even found your passion.
For sure.
Because why does something that like makes me feel like is my why or my like
10 feet.
Yeah, like is my excitement in life, is my purpose.
For sure.
Why would that make you feel like it's dimming your light? Why would that make it feel like it's too much on me?
For sure.
At that point, as my partner, you're not the right person.
Well, kind of like some Lamar said, like, dancers are very smart. And like, just kind of just like, just pay attention to details. And like, the average everyday person just isn't like that. Right. I feel like details like that can be looked at as maybe a little intimidating, especially if you don't come with that. Right. You know what I mean?
And then, so that just goes back into, do you want to grow and build with this dancer, or is it just too much for you from the beginning?
I got you. So actually, I kind of covered
everything,
a lot. You know what I'm saying? I kind of covered most of what I wanted. Like I said, I really wanted to not try to dive too deep. I wanted to go a little surface level. You guys gave me some great answers, and like he said, like we are really great on time. And that's why and because it is, I kind of knew this particular episode was going to be like that because it's relationships. And like I said, I'm not interested in trying to be messy and do the most. So that's why it's really like I said, just surface level. And now we kind of got space and time to just rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything on your minds as far as like relationships are concerned that like dancers or artists should know about?
I also think as dancers are in relationships, whoever you are in your relationship with, whether it's a dancer or outside of being in the dance community, for them just knowing your community, like just also understanding what it takes to be in this community. For sure. There are a lot of things that just come aside from like touring, aside from just like the job aspect of things. Yeah. You're always pouring yourself out there because you are your business. This is the artist. Absolutely. So knowing also, okay, I'm going to be the artist. I'm going to be my business woman, my businessman when I'm around this community, when I'm around this crowd, and when I'm at home. Not saying you're a separate person, but just always having to code switch, always having to be clear as to how you are in the space. Also how you are with the people you work with, how you're just being true to yourself. Absolutely. In the space.
For sure. Any thoughts, Mr. Lamar? What you got going on over there?
Yeah, no, I agree with Caeli.
For sure.
I've never not dated a dancer, so I wouldn't have to be like, oh, you have to come to this event and like see all the people I work with and know my intense schedule. Yeah. So, but no, I think that's...
I feel like I'm the complete opposite. But I feel like you need to come to my show. You need to see me do this, that, and the third for show. Yeah.
But also, I think I'm glad you brought that up because at a certain point, having that understanding of when you don't have to come to this show, this event you don't have to come to. It's okay. Or like, I know you have your own life. You have business. You have, I mean, as we've already said, we want somebody who's, I mean, you don't have to want somebody who's financially stable, but whoever, if your partner is, making sure that they're also putting as much into you and as you're putting into your craft as they are into theirs. So they're not losing themselves while they're just like running off following your desires and your dreams. Like making sure that they have their plans, their purpose, and making sure they're not getting lost in what you have going on. Always making sure both of you guys are like at the forefront. So he's or she is just as important as what you have going on.
Got you. We're gonna bring it to a close in a little bit. There's a couple things. Is it any, Lamar, like you said, you have experience within dating in the dance community. For those who, and you probably mentioned it in so many different ways already, but just to kind of cap it off, what advice can you give the dance family on, you know, maintaining your professionalism and also like, you know, just living your life and doing what it is that's exactly what you want to do. If that may be dating another dancer within the studio. What's your best advice to somebody who seeks to kind of balance the two?
Yeah. I feel like definitely, you know, what has helped me, I would say, is always trying to separate the two.
Yes,
you know,
you did mention that.
Don't bring your relationship into the studio.
Yeah,
you know, I know that when I was in a serious relationship with my partner, my ex, that if we were in the same space with each other, we wouldn't stand on the same side of the room, or we wouldn't, you know, even stand at the bar with each other, type stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, only people who even really knew about our relationship was people who either hung out with us, you know, outside the studio, or like, you know, a close friend. That's the people who knew.
Absolutely.
But, you know, of course, people are going to find out the more serious you get. But, you know, we shouldn't really know much about your relationship.
Okay. And you're not totally knocking it either. Like, you know, you're not, okay, we're not putting out that you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You
definitely.
Even though that may be the narrative that, like, again, like, we want to shift.
Yeah, own your stuff.
Yeah.
But don't, you know, bring your relationship in the studio.
Yeah.
I think once you cross the threshold, like, the work begins. Whatever tiff y'all had before y'all come up in here, we shouldn't know about it.
Exactly. You know? No, I agree. I feel like if you want to move that way, then move that way, but move that way with grace and move that way smartly, and don't bring outside noise into the studio. I feel, other than that, like, I feel like it's A-okay. I feel like we should, as dancers, try to break that narrative of like dancers should completely not date dancers, you know? I think later on, I think I want to do an episode of what it's like to be a heterosexual male in this business, you know. Like, I feel like that often gets forgotten about a little bit, and like, you know, like, I'm like, to an extent, like, I'm outnumbered, like, when it comes to just men and women within the dance community. You know what I'm saying? We know the ratio, like, from men to women, like, it's way more women in this business than it is. So, like, me being like a heterosexual male, you know, like, I hate for it to sound like this, but it's so many options, you know, and it is so many different, and it's the caliber of women that you think about. You know, like, I don't know, like, it switches, I feel like, from woman to heterosexual to LGBTQ, like
a lot of different.
Like, and that's why I said today, I just kind of, that's why I said I just kind of wanted to touch surface level, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to get into all the things, the more the better that I get in this podcast space. But I really appreciate y'all touching on that. I'm trying to think if there was anything that I left out, anything that we could still wrap on.
The only thing I'm going to say, like,
we still got time.
Side note to what you guys were just saying is, well, what Lamar was saying about, you know, having it separate is also, like, I think sometimes as dancers, we have to also be true to ourselves as understanding this is a business.
For sure.
So you can't, even if you do have the relationship, at the end of the day, you're coming in here and this is your job, even though it's because it's what we want to. And exactly, even though you're doing what you love, still come into it like this is your 9 to 5. Like this is a corporate IT or a corporate government job. Like this is still, you're getting paid to do this because you are getting paid to do your performances. You're coming to do this. You have this, that, and the third. So don't allow it to overshadow why you're here.
Got you. Miss Caeli, I want to kind of direct that same kind of question to you. We know Lamar has has experience dating within the in the dance community. You have dated you have experience having a full relationship outside of being with somebody who's not necessarily within the dance community. Yeah. Any advice that you can give people out there who might be in that same situation, just helping them maintain a relationship?
Enjoying life. Enjoy life. Sure. And enjoy your partner. Enjoy the journey. Yeah. Don't allow little things that might, it might be a little, disagreement here, or it might be, a tour here. Mm-hmm. Don't allow the minor things to overshadow just the happiness the relationship has brought you. Indeed. Because as a dancer, having someone outside of the dance community, it allows you to have a voice separate from the space. Absolutely. It gives you a home that's with a person that allows you to feel heard. Yeah. That's not a dancer. Yeah. So enjoy the journey. Enjoy the fact that you might have to educate your partner in not knowing at all what is the dance community, and that's exciting as well.
For sure. Man, I can't thank you guys enough for coming here and being a part of this podcast. This whole thing for me is just to shift the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always fluctuated with this idea of, how am I going to put dance on the map, and like, how are we going to bring these conversations that we have to the forefront? And I think we are doing that now, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. And like I said, I really want to thank you guys so much for coming up here and sharing your stories and just sharing the knowledge, sharing information with me. Words can express how I feel about that. And like I said, dance family, we got plenty more coming. Before we wrap up, it's something I've been incorporating in all my episodes thus far. We're gonna hit you both with the questions. Real simple. We're gonna take it back old school. I love dance because we just gonna lead the dance family with some inspiration. You got yours or not? I love dance because we go through so much. There's so much going on. Like I said, I've tailored so many episodes to so many different people. We got financial realities. We got what it takes to become a professional. We got relationships. We got mental health. We got this. We got that. We got this. Yeah. Why do you love dance, Mr. Lamar?
What is it? I love dance.
I love dance because.
I love dance because it's always there. It's always there. Yeah, it's always there. No matter how much change I may have experienced in life, or different obstacles I've had to overcome, dance has always been there. For sure. And it's always been that love that I always go back to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one thing that we all dancers have in common is just like, we don't do it for the money. We don't do it for the accolades. Like, we do it for pure love and passion. For sure. Miss Caeli, what you thinking? I love dance because.
I love dance because it completes me as a person.
Indeed.
It is it's just my excitement. It's when you see yourself from when you first started dance to seeing yourself as you've grown.
Wow.
It's like,
especially when
it's an inspiring story.
Because my time period, it seems so short because I started so late. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, when you say that, it's like,
yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful
to see yourself develop as an artist, to develop as a dancer. Absolutely. To defeat the odds of what people might have thought you were going to do if you couldn't even completely get this far as a dancer. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful thing to be like, I am doing what I wanted to do when I started this. Mm-hmm. I saw this for myself. And even if no one else saw it, you know, like,
absolutely,
it was going to be done.
For sure.
And you're going to make it for yourself.
Indeed.
And to all the dancers out there, don't let anyone say that you can't do whatever you want to do as a dancer. Because it is there for you. It's open. The community is open. Remember every single person you met at 5, at 10, at 12, at 15, because later on in your life, you're going to meet them again. And in some type of way, they are going to have shifted you back into an even better dancer than you were when you first met them. So, yeah.
For sure, man. Like I said, I can't thank y'all enough for being a part of this
process.
Absolutely, y'all like
great. Yeah,
y'all had fun, man. I'm glad. Like the I get so much fulfillment just watching like my guest's face and like watching just how they think and like watching them get into it. Like I said, the movement mic is about bringing these conversations to the forefront, you know, like the conversations that we have damn near on a daily basis. Like we want to bring them to the forefront, and we want to make young dancers, and we want to make older dancers and people who've been in this business knowledgeable about what it is. And even not even just people that's been in this business, but people who aren't in the business. We just want to make it knowledgeable. Like I said in the beginning, we want to put dance on the map, and we want to make everybody knowledgeable of what it is that we go through, what it is that we think, and what it is that we feel that can make the community better. So again, thank you guys so much for pushing up and being a part of this episode. I'm gonna leave y'all with one more thing. Both of you guys can give separate answers, but it's a popular segment amongst a lot of podcasts. And it's basically, what is your Mount Rushmore of dancers?
Oh, yes.
Get 4. So you can each do your own Mount Rushmore, and then it could be your peers, it could be somebody from the past, it could be somebody presently, anything. Your 4 Mount Rushmore that keep you going.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do one of the past and one of the present.
By any
the past, because it's like it's too much to go.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Or just 4. Yeah,
that's one thing about it. Again, at the movement, Mike, we want to celebrate history as well. Like I'm just every time I hear something in my mission statement, I'm just throwing it back out there.
Okay, so my Mount Rushmore of the past, of course, I would start with Alvin Ailey. I would go into George Balanchine. Then I would go into Martha Graham, and then I would go into...
You went all old school.
Catherine Dunham or Pearl Primus.
For sure.
Those 2.
You gotta throw one in there as an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I got you.
To go into...
You only get 4 now. Mount Rushmore.
But I didn't hit no jazz. So then I would say Bob Fosse.
All right, so wait. All right, now, look. All right, hold on, dance family. We got to rewind.
I know, I said 6 people. Okay.
I know, right?
Let me go back. Okay.
Oh, all
right. 4. Alvin Ailey. George Balanchine. Martha Graham.
You only get one more. I give you an honorable mention. How about that?
Okay.
I give you one more.
So then I'm going to say Catherine Dunham, and then I'm going to say my honorable mention is... And it wasn't even somebody I named. Oh my gosh. That's okay. I'm just gonna stay there.
You gonna stay there?
Yeah. And then yeah, but I don't even know.
I know, right? It's
so many. Yeah, it's so many.
So many.
Okay,
so many.
My current dance. Yeah, I have 2 because that's my of the past.
That's
who
the past.
Developed, informed where we are today.
I got you. Oh, you got another Mount Rushmore.
Yes, of the current, of the present.
Okay. This is the only time this is probably going to happen.
Well, Caeli.
Whoever else want to come on, look, I think, Miss Taylor, she get that pass, but whoever else come up here or want to come up here, you only get 4. Okay. All right?
But I'm coming in with, it makes sense.
No, I got you again. No, it's
okay,
all.
My current. Okay, my current, I would have to say, Alonzo King.
All right. Shout out the Lions.
I would have to say...
I love that summer program, by the way. That summer program kind of catapulted me into like a whole nother ballet dimension, but another pod.
Alonzo King. I would say Debbie Allen.
I love her too. That's kind of like, man, it's funny that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Debbie Allen is somebody who I kind of inspire to be like a little bit, like she's like a Renaissance woman. She just does everything. And that's kind of like how I want to be. So shout out to Debbie Allen.
Yes. So I said Alonzo King, Debbie Allen.
Indeed.
I would have to put in my teacher, Silas Farley.
Shout out to Silas Farley.
Okay. That's ballet.
Oh, yeah.
Mister.
Oh yeah.
And
put them all out. Put them
out.
Put them on the map.
Then
you get one more. I didn't get you. About 9.
I know. Sorry. Oh, and of course, the Judith Jameson.
Jameson. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Rest in peace.
God rest her soul. Yes.
That would have to be my.
Indeed. For sure. All right. We got them all out of the way.
Okay.
Mr. Lamar, you're Mount Rushmore of dancers. Past, present, doesn't matter. Yeah. People who inspire you to do what you do.
My Mount Rushmore of dancers would be people who have had the biggest impact on my dancing and my career. Yeah. I'll start with Dara Meredith. Dara Meredith is also from Atlanta.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Lucille.
Shout out to Lamar.
Sean Lamar Williams.
Wait, I think I missed the second one.
Lacita Nelson.
Lacita Nelson.
Yeah.
Okay, these are all people who are currently. Shout out Lacita Nelson. Yeah, like I said, shout them out. Give them some love.
Sean Lamar Williams and Joan Myers Brown.
Yes.
Shout out Joan Myers.
Dang, now I want to do one of the people like that. Okay, this is my last one. The 4 who have really developed in my life. Mm-hmm. I must say, the Catherine Smith. Myra Woodruff.
Miss Blake taking over my show.
Sandra Fortune Green.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And Cleo Parker Robinson.
For sure. Shout out Cleo for sure.
Mama Cleo.
Indeed.
There we go.
Again. All right.
Third.
Miss Taylor done gave me about like 50 folks for her Mount Rushmore, but Taylor is one of my loved ones, so like, of course she get that pass. But anyway, like I said, man, thank you guys so much for pushing up on me, and thank you guys for so much for just showing me love and doing this episode with me. I really hope to do a lot more work with a lot more dancers. I'm glad to say that this is going to be like a part of the beginning, and like I said before, man, words can't really words ain't enough to kind of describe like the feeling that I get when I do get the love and when I do get the appreciation for what I'm doing. So like I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to wrap it up right there, man. Again, my name is DJ, aka DJ the Kid, and this is the Movement Mic. That is a wrap for the day. Dance family, please show your love and support. Like, comment, subscribe. We got plenty more coming. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like I said, I made a goal this morning. I just kind of thought about it this morning. Before Christmas, we want to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. So dancers, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell her mom, to tell her dad, to tell her sister, to tell her brother, to tell her friend. Again, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube channel at The Movement Mic. This is your mic, your movement. Peace.